Hi, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to look at 2,400 global funds and investment groups investing in artificial intelligence. To be clear, this exclusive database represents the who's who of AI funds launched between 2022 and 2025. Many of these funds are actively allocating capital to AI firms at the seed and early stages. Now a little bit about me. I'm Andrew, a fundraising consultant and capital sourcing advisor with 15 years of experience in high-value real estate investment advisory roles across Canada, Dubai, and the Caribbean. To be clear, I help clients navigate fundraising with clarity, strategy, and targeted outreach. And over the past 4 years on Fiverr, I've assisted over 350 clients from tech startups to real estate groups with fundraising strategy, pitch deck refinement, investor outreach, and custom investor databases tailored to their sector, stage, and capital needs. Currently, I'm advising a US-based private equity group on a $50 million equity raise, coordinating strategy and outreach to investment banks, family investment offices, and private equity partners. And if you take a look on the right-hand side, you can see some of my gigs, and you can contact me by clicking my Fiverr link in the description below. So let's look at the key database components. So this presentation introduces an exclusive, institutionally verified database of funds, investment groups, and venture capital firms actively allocating to the AI sector. Now, it's been compiled from 3 of my institutional grade databases, and it represents the most comprehensive aggregation of AI-focused capital currently available, combining verified records, current allocation trends, and key contact intelligence. So let's take a look. It covers 560 active funds, and those have been launched between 2022 and 2025. And I picked those because you're still going to be able to use these groups all the way into 2029 due to the fact that the long tail length of capital raising and deploying. You're going to have 1,850 private equity investment groups to take a look at. You're going to have 38 venture capital firms with 9,700 key contacts, including around 9,300 direct emails. Now, you're going to see the spreadsheet coming up in just a bit. So, unlike generic investor directories, this data set isolates confirmed AI-focused mandates and active deployment strategies, giving users a direct line to institutional and private capital, shaping the global AI investment landscape. It's purpose-built for founders, fund managers, and developers, and advisors seeking equity partnerships, joint ventures, and co-investment alignment with the world's leading AI allocators. Global AI Fund Investors Database, so this is your gateway to institutional capital investing in the AI sector. So again, the database includes 560 AI-focused funds, 1,850 private investment groups, and 38 venture capital firms launched or active between 2022 and 25, representing a global cross-section of institutional and private capital deploying into the AI and adjacent technologies. Now, the companies and firms in this database are managed by leading private equity firms, corporate investment arms, and institutional allocators targeting AI infrastructure, automation, machine learning, data analytics, and deep tech innovation across developed and emerging markets. Examples include funds focused on generative AI and large language models, advancing automation, digital content, and enterprise solutions, AI-enabled healthcare, biotech, and life science platforms, integrating diagnostics, imaging, and predictive systems, AI-driven cybersecurity, fintech, and enterprise SaaS platforms with scalable commercial adoption, and sustainable AI applications addressing energy efficiency, carbon tracking, and climate analytics. But to be fair, the database includes pretty much everything in the AI sector. Now, each record provides detailed institutional intelligence, including firm type, strategy, sector focus, regional scope, verified emails, and key decision making contacts sourced from 3 of my institutional grade databases. Now, that's really important because most people do not have the type of resources that I have, and they have to go looking for it either on the internet or from individual large-scale data providers. So this is great if you're in the AI sector and you're looking to raise capital. Everything's here. Now, this collection delivers a comprehensive global view of AI capital formation, empowering users to identify active investors, strategic partners, and institutional grade funding vehicles aligned with the next wave of AI innovation. Okay, before we get to the spreadsheet, let's just take a look at who can benefit from this database. Firstly, fundraisers and capital advisors. These are purpose-built for professionals raising capital across AI, deep tech, and data-driven sectors. An essential resource for placement agencies, capital markets teams, boutique investment banks pursuing institutional mandates on the AI ecosystem. In fact, I recently provided a database similar to this to an investment bank, boutique investment bank, that didn't have the resources that you're going to see in this particular spreadsheet coming up, because everybody has different information. The beauty of this one is it's combining 3 institutional grade data sets. So it delivers verified actionable intelligence on institutional groups actively deploying capital into AI innovation infrastructure. And secondly, technology developers, founders most importantly, and fund managers. It's designed for developers, fund managers, and sponsors seeking equity, JVs, or strategic partnerships. It connects directly with institutional groups focused on AI infrastructure, data platforms, and analytics, ideal for scaling technology platforms and accelerating market expansion. Thirdly, strategic advisors and industry consultants. It's built for advisors managing multi-sector fundraising and growth mandates, and that's a real big one, because if you do have a number of mandates in the AI sector, you're going to find what you're looking for in this database for sure. You're going to gain visibility into verified institutional investors pursuing AI-driven opportunities across fintech, healthcare, logistics, and automation. But to be fair, again, it includes everything. Streamlines investor targeting and shortens the path to qualified capital engagement. That's the real key thing about my database, and that's why this database matters. It's replicating this data set independently would take weeks of research. In fact, that should be changed probably a few months, and tens of thousands of dollars in paid subscriptions. And that's mostly to include also irrelevant sectors. When you engage with a lot of the database providers, you have to buy large data sets, and they're very expensive. Sometimes we're talking, again, tens of thousands of dollars, and you're getting a whole bunch of information that you really don't need. What you really needed is what's in the database that I have for much less. So that's really important. And again, it's impossible to scrape this level of verified intelligence from the web, and I encourage people not to get involved with anyone that says that, oh, I can scrape that information for you for a few $100s. It's impossible. Most of this information is not on the internet. Most of the contacts don't have their emails, and most of the contacts in here, again, are updated. You're not going to get that from their website. You're also going to pick up irrelevant and old websites, something that had AI written in it 5-6 years ago. They're going to put that on their database and say, yeah, that's a contact. They may not have anything to do with fundraising. It may have just been a catch-all that came with their scraping. So I would really encourage people not to get involved in that, because the database that you're going to see coming up is verified intelligence, and it includes institutional filings, but most important, it's accurate, and that's really what you want from a database. So let's take a look at the database. First, a key database disclosure. I like to add this to all my videos. My extensive database library provides hundreds of thousands of global contacts, typically including profiles, emails, and websites, though not all details are complete. Now, it's primarily compiled and updated from 2021 to 2025, with most of the key updates in the last couple of years. Now, this corporate resource may include contacts whose roles have since changed. It's designed as an excellent starting point for outreach. It's best leveraged and continually refined by organizations with dedicated data teams. To be clear, this is not a database that you use to spam. This is a research database for you to really target it on who your potential investment opportunities are going to come from. So this database comprises a blend of individuals and companies, each with distinct investment criteria and operating condition. So there's no guarantee your approach will be favorably received. Note, this database is available to corporate or groups only, no personal sales. Okay, now we're over on the Excel spreadsheet part, and I'm going to show you 4 sheets on this particular database that are part of the AI package. Firstly, you're going to look at the funds. You're going to look at the private equity and investment companies that invest in AI. You're going to look at the venture capital groups, and then lastly, I'm going to go to the AI investors' key contacts. So starting off with the funds, you can see here on the bottom we have 560. So we'll go back up to the top, and you're going to get the name of the fund. And again, these are all funds, and you're going to see further over on the right hand side that have AI as part of their sector. You're going to get information about their background. For example, this one here is an early stage fund that invests in generative AI, and so that you're going to find a lot of information that you're going to be able to get from the background part. You're going to get the year that the fund was originated. For example, we are looking in this database, again, 2022 to 2025. The asset class is mostly going to be VC. And you can see that the stage and strategy, early stage, seed, general, most of these are going to be early stage and seed, so it's perfect for startups. And then on the primary region, this is a global list. You're going to get information on the status of the fund, whether they're just raising, whether it's just been announced. Most of these are already raising or closed. And it's going to help you as far as your strategy. Remember, you should start reaching out to funds and other investors shortly after you form your company. Start that relationship. You're not raising capital, you're actually just making the contacts. And it's something that's really, really important, because in a year when you're ready to raise capital, you already want to have some of your database and your contacts made up. You're just basically introducing yourself, introducing your firm, putting them on the radar, and allowing you to maybe make a connection or two that's going to help you down the road. That is very, very important. Most people, unfortunately, only start to contact VCs and funds when they need the money, and that's a little bit too late. So then you're also going to get a little bit of information about the fund size. You're going to get the fund manager, of course, and then over a little further on the right hand side, we'll scroll over. Here's some of the key information of how this database is compiled and why I've selected these groups. You're looking at the industries, so you're going to see a lot of information there. And then core industries, of course, industries, and then industry verticals. So AI is listed in all these, so that's how I ended up taking this database, which started off with around 28,000 funds, just to narrow it down to the ones that are focused on AI. You're going to get information on when it was added, and the region, of course, information regarding city, etc. Then as we scroll a little bit further over, you're going to get the basic information like website, their email, company emails. You're going to get personal emails or business advisor emails coming up in another sheet. So if I go a little bit over to the right, again, you're going to see more information regarding the allocations and amounts. So that's the funds part. Now let's take a look at the AI private equity investors, companies, firms, different groups that have selected AI as one of their key targets. And you can see on the bottom we've got 1,600 change. Go back up to the top. So you're going to get their firm name, you're going to get their background, and then you're also going to get the firm type. And you can see the number of funds that they've been involved in. So these are active groups that invest. And they could be wealth managers, they could be asset managers, private equity firms, they could be investment banks, sovereign wealth funds, corporate investors, you name it. Now, it's global. You also can get more information about the size of their firm as far as assets under management, the region they specialize in, and then also information on the website and emails. So that's going to help you out to understand a little bit more. And then if I scroll over again to the right hand side, you're getting some of that information that you saw on the funds. So you're getting their strategy preferences, their geographic industries, industry verticals, and as you see here, artificial intelligence is listed in all of them as their key vertical. And then a little further to the right, you're going to get the typical investment sizes that they look for in that private equity sector. And then lastly, a smaller list, this is the AI venture capital firms. This is from another database of mine that is purely VC, and these are groups that have artificial intelligence as their key sector. And in this one here, you're going to get the name of the group, you're going to get their email ID, and then you can follow up with more research. In many of these cases, you're going to get their LinkedIn info as well. This database was updated in February of 2024. And then lastly, let's take a look at the last database, which is the industry key contacts. Okay, so now we're over on the investors key contacts database. This has around 14,300 contacts, and as you can see, if I scroll down to the bottom, you can see there, so around 14,300. Now, they don't all have emails. If they don't have an email, it's really easy. Just take their name, put it into LinkedIn. I get about a 98% hit rate on this particular data set. In fact, all my databases, because of the fact that they've been updated, two of them are, one is December 2024, and the other one is April of 2025. And in many cases, you're going to get multiple contacts per firm. And what makes it easy then is that you're going to be able to find somebody who generally has an email, or if you want to go the LinkedIn route, you can always do that as well. Now, you're going to get the firm, you're going to get the name of the person, and you're going to get not only their role, but their job title, so that's quite helpful. For example, if you're looking for this particular person, they're on the investment team, and they're the senior managing director and head of private equity and global credit. So it depends on who you're after. If you're if you're looking for someone in AI, you're going to find somebody who is in the private equity sector. In fact, I've filtered this entire list for that main purpose, because obviously the private equity side of the AI sector is quite large, so you're going to be able to find someone. And if it's not the right person, you can generally ask them, and they'll be able to give you more information. And you can see they're all filled out. You're also going to get not only their email, but you're going to get the telephone, which might help you. Again, a global list, so you're getting the city and the country. So that is the last part of the database related to the artificial intelligence sector. So again, if you're looking in AI, this is the perfect database for you in 2025 and beyond. Are you looking for global funds and contacts? My verified database includes 24,000 global funds from 2022 to 2025 and 400,000 fundraising executives with 277,000 emails. Coverage across all regions, asset classes, and strategies. It's the most complete global capital access tool available. For more information on my databases and fundraising services, click my Fiverr link below. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.